I'm so glad to be back with you guys. It's Friday, May the 1st. We're into a new month and a new season even. Probably you guys are going stir crazy just like everybody else in the world, so know that you're not alone. And I've really been trying to listen to what God's telling me, because sometimes Missy gets on a path that Missy just wants to bulldoze forward, and He's kind of changed direction on me a little bit, and I really want to be sensitive to that when He is changing things up. Excuse the wind, I thought this would be a good idea, so maybe I'll let it die down for a second. It's beautiful out here, and this seems to be one of my favorite spots lately, so okay, work with me. We've been going through this 100 Days to Brave devotional, and I thought we're just going to read that, go through it, and God's been really speaking into my heart about the little girl within myself and the little girl within each of one of you. And there's another book that Robin has shared with me. It's also Brave Girls, but it's Brave Girls Devotional, and it's also 100 Days. So I think he's really made an impression on me that maybe we'll read some from this as well, because as I mentioned, He's speaking to the little girl in me, and each one of us have a little girl in us. And the one for today is titled When You Grow Up. And I feel like I'm still growing up, so there's things I'm discovering that I still love to do. You're going to see this week we're talking about the Tower of Babel in the Bible, Genesis 11, and I have so enjoyed making those videos. Some days I feel like I'm going to pull my hair out, because working with Nehemiah and Mackenzie, sometimes they don't want to cooperate, or sometimes they don't want to take the show and run with it, kind of like how we are with God. Sometimes we want to take the show and run with it. But what I found so interesting about this week's Bible story, the Tower of Babel, I think it's so relevant to where we are right now in our world. The story about the Tower of Babel, the people got to a place where they felt like they didn't need God anymore. They were building this shrine, this city, up into the heavens, like they could work their way to God. And I think we find ourselves in that position all too often. Personally, I do, where I think I know better and I'm not going to listen. And I think we've found ourselves in a society now where we know better than God, and we've factored Him out of things. And so everything that happens filters through God's hands. And so maybe He's brought us to this place because we felt like we were just smarter than God, and He's allowed us to be humbled in some ways, where there have been a lot of restrictions placed on us, and so there's a quietness in our life where we have to stop and think about what God's doing. And so hopefully during this time that you're more isolated, that you're able to stop and think about what God's doing in your life. And so today I want to read from you this devotional, and it says, When You Grow Up. The first verse is Colossians 1:10. Live the kind of life that honors and pleases the Lord in every way. Remember the verse from last week that I totally got confused about, Psalm 37:4, where it talks about delight yourself in the Lord and He will give you the desires of your heart. And here it sounds very familiar. Live the kind of life that honors and pleases the Lord in every way. So this cute little girl here, so she's going to be our little mascot today. It starts off, what do we want to be when we grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? An astronaut, a lawyer, a doctor, maybe a teacher, a mom, a ballerina. That's what I used to want to be. I still would like to be a ballerina. Or a world famous lion tamer. Has nothing to do with Tiger King right now. That's a question you'll hear a lot over the next few years, and it's important. It's important to give it some serious thought. But no matter what sort of job you decide to do, it's even more important to decide who you want to be. Do you want to be God's child or not? It's one or the other. There's really no in between. Do you want to follow the Lord, or do you not want to follow Him? So, choose God. It's that simple. It really does matter, not only for heaven, but also for here on earth. Choose God and choose to be like his son, Jesus. Love and serve others. Be gentle with people and treat them with goodness and kindness. Keep your promises. That matters. And keep the peace. Be patient both with others, and this one is real important for me, be patient with yourself. I think we're a lot harder on ourselves at times than even other people are hard on us. That's who God wants you to be, both now and when you grow up. And there's a prayer pointer at the bottom, and it says, Lord, there are so many things I could be when I grow up, but more than anything, I want to be like Jesus. And that's my prayer, and I hope that's your prayer as well. So every week we talk about a challenge, when we talk about being brave and being courageous. So this week, I want to challenge you to think about what it is, or who it is, you want to be when you grow up. Because even choosing an occupation, do everything as if you're doing it for the Lord. The job that I do, I love it because I get to talk about him. And I wouldn't want to choose any other job in the world that I couldn't talk about him. If you're a bank teller, if you're a lion tamer, there's ways that you can implement Jesus into every part of your life. So, I'm missing you guys so much. I feel really isolated, but I feel like I get to be a part of you and be a part of your world as we're doing the videos, as we're learning more about the Bible together. So I hope you really enjoy this lesson on the Tower of Babel this week, and think about how you can make Jesus a big part of your life, and who it is that you want to be when you grow up, and what it is that you want to do when you grow up. So I love you. Stay tuned.